if the judge is, he's got the ushers and all these like guys in the court, you can't really fight it. So, point is, there's been three reports released in the last couple of months, and I'm listed as one of the advisors on the project. So that's my core. That I'm saying this because this is my role, right? As a crime challenge champion lead, I'm linking in with this local charity to help them and to make our society better. Like, our university has contributed meaningfully to benefiting our society.
So what are they, as a result of that, what's happening? What are they doing with that evidence to say, well, we're being denied public access to the court system that isn't fair? What's happened as a result of that? Where's that being taken?
So Penelope Gibbs, right? Do you know Penelope Gibbs? Have you come across her before?
No.
She is. It's like a conversation just between us over, not written down. But she's sort of like an aristocrat, like champagne socialist sort of person, right? And she runs the charity. She's like the director. So she's so well interlinked with like people in power. So these reports, she's managed to get like a seat with like the deputy regional manager for like the HMCTS, His Majesty's Courts and Tribunal Service, and she can sit down with him and like put these things in front of him and really push her stuff. You know what I mean? Like to get it recognised. Okay, I'll take a step back. So when these reports were completed, Penelope Gibbs, hosted a report release event, and it was in the middle of Canary Wharf, and I can't remember the name of the building, but it was like a fancy, beautiful, like executive suite, and all these great guys were invited, including myself, and I was like blown away by, like, London Met, our events look nothing like this. You know what I mean? And there's all these like high power people there. And then she announced what was going on with these reports, and there were top level guys from the Ministry of Justice and HMCTS in the room, and I was like, yeah, this is how you enter these sort of channels of power. Like she's in this world, she's in the world of change, and I'm that's the word for it. I'm not envious, but I sort of like I wish I want to be more like her. You know what I mean? I wish I was as well positioned as she is. Anyway, so I don't think she has any problem at all pushing her stuff out there and getting it recognised at all. Like she's money, she's fine. Like influence, she's fine. Like this is her like pet project that she does to sort of her way of making the world better. That's what she's doing here. Yeah. So that's that. Right?
So she's taking care of that. We don't need to worry about.
For sure. Yeah. This thing will never face any problems, I'm saying. Even though it's a very small NGO, like her leadership will see this through for like the next 4 generations, basically. Okay.
But their work, Transform Justice, is all about. They've got a series of different strands, and I can see here: digital justice, hate crime, criminal records reform, and so on. So it's quite interesting.
Yeah, honestly, it's a force for good. I used to follow Transform Justice even before I knew Penelope, and when I was doing my PhD. It's a really great charity. It genuinely is. The only negative, because I'm an academic, you got to see like the critical side of things. The only thing is, the data analysis she does, or this charity does, isn't that great. Like it's not to an academic standard. So like whenever she produces statistics and things, or like any sort of like analysis of data, the social scientists in the room are like, this wasn't done robustly. You know what I mean? Like this wouldn't get published in an academic journal. Yeah. Like it's okay for a charity, but like academic wise, like this wouldn't pass. Like this wouldn't fly. So that's like the only real weakness of Transform Justice. Okay. Anyway, so let's move on to the next thing. I run this student journal. Right, I'm going to put this in the chat. And again, this is part of the Crime Challenge Champion stuff. I've got 3 things that I do, and this is the second one. Okay. So, this is called the Journal of Crime and Justice Dissertations. This was set up in 2023 last year. And what we do is we publish first-class student dissertations, right? So stop me. I don't want to patronize you at all, but I just want to make sure like everything's clear as day. So obviously in the third year, students write these dissertations, these 10,000 word projects, and it's like the sort of the final thing, the gem in the crown of students that they've got through the degree, and now they've produced this thing.
I've been there.
Yeah, right. So it's meant to be your best work. The first class dissertations, I invite our students to submit it to our journal, right? And then through a supportive editorial approach, I basically, hold the hand and try and like improve the work a little bit and make it a bit more tighter. And then we publish it on this site. We have something called an executive committee. So if you go to the About page and scroll down, you'll see about 14 or 15 people there.
And these are all from the London Met?
They're not. That's the interesting thing.
Oh.
So a lot of them are from London Met, but some of them. I'll just give you some examples. Dr. Eden Kamar, she is from the University of Tenerife, Israel. And then we have Kevin Brazant, who's now left. He used to be at our university. He's now at London University of Art. I think that's where it is.
Oh yes, UAL. Yeah.
Yeah. And then we have Elaine Thomas, and she runs like a youth mentoring program. And then we have Josh Hempel, who he does a lot of like LGBT and what's the other thing? It's like pro-ableism work, like disability related work, that sort of stuff. Okay, anyway, the point is that we have a majority of guys from our university and community members and people from other universities, which is great because this team, they're basically our reviewers, right? They review the student work and they vote for who should receive this thing.
Oh, right.
This is the I don't know if you can see it. It's the dissertation prize, right? So it's a trophy. We've got this beautiful trophy. And our executive committee, they vote for the best publication each year, right? So I have nothing to do with it. I'm just the administrator. I take a step back and I say, you guys vote, and then they pick which one's the best, and then we give this trophy out and reward the students for their great work.
Open to just London Met students, because the list I've got here is London Met on the front page. Recent publications, it's students from London Met, but is it open to others or just London Met?
It's open to others. And this is meant to be the unique selling point, right? The USP, because there's other student journals at other universities, and they're quite like incesty.
Yeah.
Like they only let their own students publish in it. But I was like, the gap in the market is if we have an international like base and we genuinely let like students from around the world submit, so not just the UK, we go to like Pakistan or wherever, and then because that's our mission, right? We're LMU, a social justice. We want to we're not here to promote a sort of elitist game. We're here to like promote. It's basically meritocracy. It's like if you are the best, we want to reward you. It doesn't matter whether you're from Pakistan or Cambridge. We want to reward good ideas. So opening it up to a diversity of people to submit and like places to submit. That's one of the missions here. This year we've had submissions from Manchester Metropolitan University and Pakistan, so University of Pakistan. So we actually are getting a broader remit of submissions, which I'm really happy about. Because we've only been alive for just over a year. So I'm like, this is good growth. The first year it was just us. This year we genuinely are getting submissions from outside our university. And you might be thinking, well, why? Like, why do this? And there's two elements to it. The first one is just the altruistic element, where it's like we want to support the next generation of social scientists, right? So when we have our students come through, and we give them this trophy, and we're like, oh, well done, you have the ability to do great things in this world. It does inspire students to go on and do a PhD, which is like intrinsically it's worthwhile in itself. And the second thing is we eventually want to sort of commercialize this project. So